plot, and then we want a simple scatter, and then define, and then move selected variable IV to the x-axis and dv to the y-axis. So can anyone tell me what the IV is? What do you think is the one that causes the other one to change? So we have display space and monthly sales. So which one do you think changes? Which one do you think is stagnant and which one do you think changes?
Display space is stagnant and monthly sales changes.
Yes, so which one's the IV? Which one is independent?
Display.
Yes. So the IV is display space and the month. So there's multiple. Oh yes, sorry, Karis, I didn't see yours. Yes, display space is the IV, and then monthly sales is the DV. The instructions should be on Canvas. Let me. Oh, sorry, guys. No, that's not it.
Sugar outside of it, vanilla. I have to mix with that cheese. And once I do that, I mix it and spread on top. Now I'm gonna try to do it the big blueberry swirl design and cheese. I'm trying to think of like different ways to actually.
Okay, I'll just re-upload it. I'm sorry. I don't know why that's.
Yeah, I found it, but it doesn't have like the boxes that explain the steps on it for some reason.
Okay. Let me add it. Okay. Let me move it. Okay, now the instructions are up. Sorry about that. Let me know when you guys have it downloaded.
Question. How does she know they bought these? If the lockdown browser shows them. How does she know?
Are you guys good?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. Okay, so do you need me to go back? Yes, you can submit them in the Word document without the directions or the one with the directions. It doesn't really matter, just as long as you have the questions on there. Do you guys need me to go back to the first one? Yes, okay. Cool.
Or what if you hacked your system and did it early in the morning.
Okay. So we had Q1 was provide basic descriptive statistics for display space and monthly sales variables. So we went to analyze, descriptive statistics, and then frequencies. And then you will move over display space and monthly sales.
Didn't buy that.
And then I want you guys to make sure to check for the statistics that you're supposed to put. So mean, median, standard deviation, minimum, maximum, and range. So these are ones that we'll always want to have. So we'll go to statistics and then check mean, median, standard deviation, minimum, maximum, and range. Very good. So then you'll click continue, and then you'll click OK, and then this is what you get.
But not for her class, but for, like, what is it, Lane Dodge? Wow, kilo wheat. That orange shit.
Is someone's audio on? I just want to make sure that everybody's. Okay. Okay, so you'll copy this and then we'll put it into Q1. And is everyone good to move on to Q2? Yes, okay. So Q2 says, construct a scatter diagram showing the relationship between display space and monthly space. So we're going to go to graphs and then legacy dialog and then scatter/dot. And then simple scatter will already be clicked for you. So you just click define. And then we said that our x-axis is IV, which we said is display space because the display space doesn't change. The amount of space we have doesn't change. So that's going to go on the x-axis. And then we said that monthly sales is the y-axis because it's dependent on display space. So we'll put that on the y-axis. And then it says to click OK. So it's loading. So this is what it will look like. Let me pull my. Okay, so this is what you should have so far. So here are your outputs for Q1. And then here is your output for Q2. And then in Q2, you will want to describe your results. For Q3, you'll want to describe your results. So how would you describe a relationship between display space and monthly sales? So you interpret the result to be meaningful in your managerial decisions. So we can see that there is a positive, if we drew a line here, that even though there are a few little outliers, there is a positive correlation between display space and monthly sales. So you'll write that there's a positive correlation between display space and monthly sales, and interpret how that would be meaningful if you were a retail store manager. And then it says, does this result make sense to you? If so, provide a rationale for why space allocated to apparel may be linearly related to sales of apparel, and suggest other variables that might be linearly related to clothing sales in a department store. So if you want to get full credit for Q4, you'll say whether or not it makes sense to you and provide an explanation as to why you personally think that space allocated for apparel might be linear related, why there might be a positive relationship between the amount of space you allocate for apparel and the amount of monthly sales you have. And and then suggest other variables that would be linear related to clothing sales. So what else do you think might have a linear relationship with the sales? So what else might make it go up, or what might make it go down? Okay, and so then for Q4, we're also going to do a correlation analysis. So we're going to do analyze, correlate, bivariate, and then we're going to put our variables on the variable list. Oops. So analyze, correlate, bivariate, and then these are our two variables. So we'll put them there. And you can see we have Pearson checked. So that's our Pearson R. And then significance, we want it to be two-tailed because we don't know which direction it's going to go, whether it's going to be positive or negative. So then we click OK. And we can see that Pearson, the Pearson correlation, so R equals 0.523. Can you tell me if that's a positive or negative relationship?
Positive.
Positive, yes. And then is it weak, moderate, or strong? So it's moderate. So we go, if you want to go back when you're doing this, yes. Yes, so we know it's positive because it doesn't have a negative in front of it. So we look at this, so positive. Yes, so it's a positive relationship and it's moderate because when we look here, if we look on this table to find, sorry, I don't know why it doesn't have. Okay. Nope, sorry, that's supposed to say strong. Goodness. Okay. So when we look on here and we try to find where our number lies, so 0.523. When we look at this table, we look for where 0.523 would be on here. And so 0.523 would be between 0.3 and 0.69 on the positive side. So then we can see that it's positive and that it's moderate. So you'll put this in for question, I think it was question 4. Yeah. So question 4, you will copy this correlation table. And then does the result make sense to you? If so, provide a rationale for why space allocated. And so